Hey, Friday night, and I ain't got nobody. I'm not proud to say it. Uh, let's see. The old standby is 6:55 p.m. Austin Santalella, uh, in the flesh, on the computer. Let's see if I can get this effect off. I was reading. I've been on plentyoffish.com. Austin Santalella is my name on .com. Plentyoffish.com. And there's some girls talking to me, but generally speaking, I've been fast and furious, one-handed on the computer, uh, typing with my right hand. It's like it is like it's like crazy. It's like a teenager in his bedroom, uh, typing, just typing, and editing and changing the words to my personal profile. Then I got my TOPIX.com, Austin Santalella. I think I'm going crazy, but not really. I'm not trying to hate anybody or anything, and really, there's a lot of emotions on there, and everybody may not be handling it like I do or whatever. But I got a few different, things. You know, people were telling me. Let me just pull up a couple. The one that's making me laugh the most though is there's this string of people about a local lawyer. He was on the radio on the Keeler show, Bill Keeler in the morning, 92.7 The Drive. That's the hot topic, right? Well, I wrote a shitload about it. It was on yesterday, and then it's like they recapped it today, and they want everybody to hear about this guy. Because a lawyer got his license revoked for failure to pay child support. And then you come to find out he's got a one-man crusade about changing the way the courts work. And he doesn't want to tangle with a hostile situation with his children's mother. And he's doing everything in the book to try to, not see his kids to be in jeopardy, for situations that he's experienced in the past with her. She's threatened him with crazy situations, calling the cops on him for anything she could come up with and things like that. The same old slam everybody goes through. But the problem is that, or difference in the situation is that the lawyer is taking the high road and calling everybody out around the county like we're old people or women in the 1800s before the vote. And calling everybody cowards and shit for being fathers who went to court for their kid. So I was looking at this. He called the radio guy, Bill Keeler. He calls him a coward on the air, and he meant it. It was sincere enough. It wasn't like a skit or anything like that. And he basically, there's like a team of people online at topics.com Utica postings, forums. The Keeler show put on Leon Koziel on Keeler at 9 a.m. yesterday, and it's for post number 74 on that topic. I put Susan B. Koziel. What the WTF? I go because he's going on. He made the comment. The guy who made a comment. He referred himself to they were saying on the radio again, talking about him today after yesterday's show when he appeared live in the studio. He was talking about comparing himself to going to Iraq to fight the war, and he's not able to see his kids now, and he's doing what Susan B. Anthony did, and we come to find out Susan B. Anthony didn't have children, and she went ahead and got arrested and did her civil rights issue. Everybody's we're sympathetic to his expressions of frustration and everything. It's just. Nobody wants to see the kids, not see their dad. They want to know their dad no matter what, and he's not facing that at all. He's just going to end up wasting a lot of time. That's all he's going to do, I guess. During younger years, under 9 years old, couple kids, couple daughters. So I don't know. That's like, I've been writing my position is like, hey man, that's his life, that's his problem, but. It's just people are commenting about my responses and I'm gently commenting back. And I'm commenting a lot. I have a lot to say. When I start typing, I type fast, typos and everything with my carpal tunnel hands. Post surgery in my right hand, and I type them out, man. I bang it out. So it's like, no, I'd rather have a life. Yeah, absolutely. I'd rather have a girlfriend or something tonight, but I don't. And it doesn't make me more of more of a punk. And that's generally the tone that I'm going with, is that they're calling me out as a punk and coward on personal responses, and people like me. So I was sticking up for Mr. Keeler, the radio guy, because he said he'd do anything. He would meet his kids anywhere. I had to do it too. I had to get supervised visitation on and off again throughout the years, which was really horrible. Through being divorced, and then I was poor. I had a lot of hell, and if anybody's qualified to talk about being in this topic, it would be me, as an 11-year-old father. My son's 11. I've been in family court till last January, January 2010 rather, and I don't think I have to go anymore. I'm allowed to, it's all done finally. But it's been a hell ride every step of the way, and I could write my book too. Unbelievable. Maybe I will, as long as there's a topics forum on the subject. Believe me, I'm giving you some source material. Towards from my precedents that I set in Oneida County. That I'm one of the very few dads who successfully navigated the court systems without losing too far of my wit and my sensibility and my equilibrium. And over the years I did have imbalance and shit, trying to cope with all the evil shit going down in a family courtroom and with my kid's mom. She played every dirty trick. But eventually their colors show. Their true colors do show, when they start making mistakes and they get tired and they don't want to do the work. As I was getting more encouragement through people affiliated with the case of my son and my kid and my kid's mom rather, they were giving me an encouragement to say, you're doing all the work. She's not going to do all the work. She's being asked to do work, meet requirements too now. And as time went by, and it didn't happen. So, it is a systematic elimination match, but you can't just say, I have kids, I love my kids, and then you don't want to pay child support, and then you don't want to be their father either, and you're trying to save my kid, or then you calling me out like I'm a schmuck. You walk by me in the street, you're no more. Actually, I would say you better lower your eyes. You want to know the truth? I'm walking around with my son. Not to mention, I have seen this guy when the New Hartford Diner was open and things. I wanted to say hello. He represented me years ago for my son, and it was brief, but I felt bad for him that he couldn't say hello to me. I couldn't acknowledge him as a man. Hey, Mr. Koziel. Felt bad, but now I know what he's doing. He's not thinking straight. Is what he's doing. Of course, I'm poor and he's not. So anything that I say is going to be in the level of, I wrote down on one post, I'm Bob Cratchit. I'm not a coward. You call me a coward. You call me Bob Cratchit. Let me put this off.